All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baha Rakha Kodash. I would like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do root well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and the 1/3, pushing us 100% truth across the four winds so we can sit there like and make it to the kingdom. All right, as you see, the title reads The Wroth Child. All right, and pretty much this lesson is inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shai. And this in particular title has been in my mind for quite some time. And I've been wanting or meaning to, mainly wanting to do a lesson on this. And, I find it through the spirit of funny to a degree because let me share my screen. As we know, with the elite families, okay, there's an in particular elite family by the name of Wroth Child. Okay, you have the Wroth Childs. Now, this lesson isn't going to be based on this in particular family or this in particular elite banking family, but really their nation. Okay. Now, in the Bible, you also have someone known as a Rothschild as well, and his name was Cain, which then later he came back as a nation of Edomites. Okay, so this lesson is based upon Esau Edom, the Rothschild, which I find it so funny that when you fast forward today, you actually have an elite Edomite family by the name of the Rothschild. Okay, so this lesson is going to be based on, in particular, Rothschild, and then trickles down to his fully manifestation of his nation as the Edomites, who, in fact, indeed, are still Roth. Okay, so hey, Salawam Makia, Bashima Barakatah. So this lesson is going to be based on that. So let's dive right into it. Okay. In actuality, before we dive into that, let's go into the 1611 because you have to understand what we are involved in. Okay, is a movie that has been produced, written, and directed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, so we are in a movie, and we have the script right here. And Esau Edom, all right, he is the Wroth child of this movie. So let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, and let's make a quick point. Okay, so when you go to Ecclesiasticus 33, we're going to go to verse 10. I'm going to read something for you. It says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth, right? 2 Ezra 6, for we all come of Adam, also those who thou hast chosen. And it says, in much knowledge, the Lord has divided them and made their ways diverse. So all men are not created equal, like the Rothschild tries to tell you, like Esau tries to tell you. Esau, the Rothschild. Okay? And it says, some of them has he blessed and exalted, and some of them has he sanctified and set near himself, but some of them has he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. Now, you should be thinking about Genesis. Abraham was blessed, and guess who else was blessed? Isaac was blessed as well. Okay, and it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil. Okay, this is the plot of the movie. Okay, there is well, they would say it's no coincidence why you have Esau today. He identifies as a family called the Wroth child. Okay, and that is exactly what Cain is, a Wroth child. All right, and it says good is set against evil, and life against death, so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. Now, I'm actually, precept just came to mind in Romans, which we're going to have to get, so we'll hold that. Okay, so the Bible tells us that good is set against evil. Now, let's go to the KJV Standard Version, and let's go into the Genesis, okay, or the beginning of good being set against evil. Okay, so let's go right into it. And this is going to be this in particular chapter is the reason why I named the lesson what I named it. Okay, and it says Genesis 4:1, and Adam knew Eve his wife, meaning he laid with her, he had sex with her, and she conceived and bare Cain. Now, when you go into this word Cain, it goes into a weapon or a spear. All right. And it says, and mind you, he came out first and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So right here in the Bible, we have the first instance of a wroth child. Okay, so Cain is a wroth child, all right, in nature. Now, let's go to Genesis 4. Let's show you what that word wroth means. Okay, so when you go to Genesis 4, you go down right here. Let's click the tools. All right, so when you go down to the word wroth, let's see what it means. Okay, there it is, wroth, which we know what it means, but just for edification. All right, so the word wroth, it means wroth, hot, angry, displeased, fret, grieved, okay, furious, become angry. So Cain was angry that his offering wasn't accepted, when we know, fast forward to our laws, the one thing that the Most High accepts as a sacrifice is a firstling of the flock and the fat thereof. But what did Cain bring? He brought fruit. Was that commanded of him? No, that's what he brought. You see? But this is the spirit that Esau comes in, because remember, good is set against evil. Okay? Good is set against evil. So what did Cain do? He was evil. That's in his spirit. All right? And what proves that? Let's go to Psalms. Okay? Psalms 58. This lesson is basically breaking down the characteristics of Esau today. Okay? When you go in the Bible, of course, we can go about his physical characteristics, but right now what we're doing is we're going in depth on the mindset and the how Esau carries himself spiritually. Okay, this is how he conducts himself. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. So here it is. You had Cain and Abel being raised by both parents. Clearly, they knew what they had to bring as a sacrifice. But what does Cain do? He lives up to the standard of good being set against evil. Abel being good, Cain being evil. Cain being the wroth child. So, in essence, it makes sense why you actually have today a family by the name of the Wroth Childs. Okay? The Wroth Child, and this family is Esau, Edom, which they come from Cain. Okay? Reincarnated. You see? So it's spiritual that at one point Cain is known as the Wroth Child. Then you fast forward to today, and you actually have an elite Edomite family that identifies as the Wroth Child. And who is that Wroth Child? It goes all the way back to Cain. And it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's exactly the spirit Cain was in, okay? Because he didn't repent. He didn't apologize. He was mad that his offering wasn't accepted. Let's keep going. And it says, where was I? Okay, 5. It says, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Why art thou mad? Why art thou angry? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, if thou listen, if thou not go astray, right? Thou shalt thou not be accepted? And it makes me think of another one, Hebrews. Okay, keep all these things into mind. Okay, when you look at this, Esau Edom has done this to himself. Cain is doing this to himself. This is the Wroth Child's revenge, and this is what we're living in. We are living in the Wroth Child's revenge. And I wanted to title it that, but I'm going to keep it the Wroth Child because I want to focus mainly on Esau and his characteristics, which should give more insight to the spirit that he's in today as Esau. Okay, but let me keep reading so I can further my points. And it says, if thou doest well, thou shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. So this proves the laws were in full effect, because transgression. Let me just get it. 1 John 5. Let me get it really, really quick. Because it said sin lieth at the door. Sin can only lie at the door if law is in place. This is 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Where's the other one I want? I think it's 4. Let's see. It might be 4 in 1 John 4 and 3. Just give me a second. Let's see what 1 John 4 and 3 says. No, that's not the one that I want. It's right in here. But pretty much it says, for sin is transgression of the law. Let's put it. For sin is transgression. Just give me a second. I know it's in one of the first Johns. Let's put just transgression. I should pull out my Bible. I know it's in one of the first Johns. Just give me a second. All right, let's just go here. It's right in my face. It's one of them. It's like 1 John something. For sin is transgression. 3 and 4. I apologize. It's 3 and 4. I knew it was in one of them. Salakia for that. Forgive me. All right. So 1 John 3 and 4. I was a couple chapters off. 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgressive also the law, for sin is the transgression of law. So see right here, it says sin lieth at his door because he transgressed the law of sacrifice. And then even the Most High is telling him, why are you upset? If you would have just did what I told you, everything would have been good. You see? So let's keep going. It says, Genesis 4 and 7, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt have rule over him. Right? So the point is, Cain sinned, and at that he sinned willfully. And then he had the nerve to get mad. And it says, and Cain talked with Abel his brother, probably talking a whole bunch of stuff, talking against the Most High, pissed off. Demons are just running all through him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. So Cain had no reason to kill Abel, but what did he do? He killed him, okay? He killed his brother Abel because he was a wroth child. All right. Now let's go to Genesis 27. Let's fast forward now to actually Jacob and Esau. Okay, because if you have the eyes to see, Cain and Abel well, I'll say it like this: Jacob and Esau is Cain and Abel reincarnated. Okay, so Esau takes on the same embodiment of Cain. All right, being wroth, uh, 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 being rebellious, having an evil eye towards his brother. But now Cain is in his full form as the nation of Edom. So now he's going through the earth as this Wroth Child against the earth, and mainly, first and foremost, against his brother Jacob. Okay? So Esau is a Wroth Child against his brother Jacob. Now let's go to Genesis 27 and 30. I'm going to try to read it quick. Okay, I don't want to make this too long, but there are points we have to make that I do believe once we tackle these in particular points in history of Esau, what he's going to do today should make more sense. All right, this is Genesis 27 and 30. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that my soul that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Because if you go up, Jacob portrayed himself as his brother Esau to receive the blessings as the firstborn, because you have to remember Esau sold his birthright to his younger brother Jacob for red pottage and lentils. Okay, it was a fair trade and deal that went down between Esau and Jacob, because Esau didn't see value in his birthright being the firstborn. But remember, the Lord deals with the firstborns. So the firstborn always has in particular blessings that he will get outside of, per se, the secondborn. But Esau sold his firstborn right to his younger brother Jacob, and the Lord allowed that vow or that contract to stand. And this is why you had this account take place, because then his father, Isaac, blessed Jacob as being the firstborn. Okay, this is how the Lord had everything play out. But these events that took place created Esau to be that fulfillment of the villain in this movie. All right, it's very beautiful when you read it, per se, outside looking in. Then you understand more today why Esau's in that spirit now, which it reminds me of the movie Shazam, when the young child was rejected to where he couldn't receive the blessings of the character Shazam later on that was given to another young man. But him being rejected turned him into the villain that he is today, just like what we're reading here ultimately led to the spirit of Esau Edom being the villain in this movie, being the Wroth Child, being the DuPont, being the Gettysburg, and so on. You see? So it's very spiritual that Esau today identifies as a Wroth Child, but he is a Wroth Child in his history. And it says, Genesis 27:33, who? Where is he that has taken venison and brought it to me? I have eaten of all before thou camest, and blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. Remember, Sirach 33, the Lord has blessed some and cursed some. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, no! Just like a movie. You know, when he looks up into the sky and no! His hands are all in the air. He was very wroth. Okay, just like how Cain was rejected, okay, and he was wroth. Esau just found out he was rejected, and that made him very bitter and wroth. And against who? Every time Esau gets rejected, who is he mad at? He's mad at his brother. And it says, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and has taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob or Yaquab, supplant? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing. So Esau is stewing. He's wroth, he's angry, he's upset, and he wants to take it out on his fellow brother, his little brother, might I add. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? What can I give you? I've given it all to him. What can I give to thee? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So Esau is consumed, okay, with grief, with anger, with hostility, okay? Pretty much Esau's lot is to be pissed off because he feels as if he's gotten the short end of the stick, especially when it comes to his brother Jacob and when it comes to the blessings that they are to receive, you see? And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, the oil, okay? That's why Esau has all the oil now, all right? And of the dew of heaven from above. This is why he has a spirit on him to international space stations, landing on the moon. Even when he was the Greeks, okay, he said that he wanted to set his pretty much his nest amongst the stars, okay? And it says, and here it is, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So here it is, we have a very angry, wroth individual who's now being given the blessing of to live by the sword, meaning to live by destruction, okay? He is a very angry, upset man with a vendetta, okay? Esau Edom has a vendetta while walking through the earth. This is why he's also known, drumroll, as the red horse. Let's get that, okay? Esau is walking through the earth with a vendetta, the Wroth Child. Esau feels like he has been getting the short end of the stick since his existence, okay? Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red. Remember Genesis, red all over. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Thou shalt live by the sword, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So fast forward to Revelation 6 is an insight on the outcome of the blessing he was given by Isaac, and that is what he did with his blessing, okay? Taking peace from the earth, living by the sword, being a wroth child. And is that not what they do? Is not these elites known for destroying the earth through satanic vibrations, through proxy wars, through deforestations, through dollars backed by oil, bloodshed, and bullets? Is that not what they are known for? Okay? Is this not the legacy of the Wroth Child of Cain? I would come back as a virus. Let me show you a statement that one of these Wroth Childs said. And when I say Wroth Child, I'm not literally speaking of the family of the Rothschilds, but the nation of the Wroth children of Edom. All right. And it says he's dead now, Prince Philip. And it says, in the event that I am reincarnated, I would like to return as a deadly V in order to contribute something to solve overpopulation. This is Esau. This is the spirit of Esau Edom, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. And don't you know the only people in the Bible that are called dukes are Esau, the Edomites, the Wroth children? How funny is that? Okay. Now, Genesis 27:40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's what Esau did. He broke his yoke from off the neck of his brother in the early stages of our rulership, from the kingdom of Saul to the kingdom of David. Okay. But now, fast forward into today, this is the spirit you have Esau coming in, is a Wroth child with a spirit of destruction aimed at his brother Jacob. Okay? This is the spirit that Esau comes in. And matter of fact, under his rulership as the, you know what, before we go to the rulership of the Greeks, let's show you how Esau treated us when we came out of captivity from the Egyptians. Okay? Just to show you his wrothness. All right. Remember the Wroth child against his brother. Now it's 7 verses, so I'm going to read it very quick. This is Numbers 20 and 14. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. See, the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel. But mind you, he's still wroth. Esau is still wroth with his brother Jacob unto this day. And the Omen Nomen, the Wroth childs, prove that. Okay? The Wroth children should prove that. You actually have a family called the Wroth child. And who's the Wroth child? Esau. Okay? Esau, Edom. All right? Right here. Hello there. My name is Jacob. How funny. His name's Jacob. Oh, and that's a quick thing I want to add as well is for Jacob to get the blessing of the firstborn, he put on as if he was Esau. Now today, you have Esau putting on as if he's Jacob. Let that sink in, okay? In Genesis, Jacob put on hairy garments to portray himself as his hairy brother Esau, because with age, you know, he grows hair and shit. Excuse my language. So Jacob portrayed himself as his brother Esau. Now you have Esau portraying himself as his younger brother Jacob. Isn't that something? It says, my name is Jacob Wroth Child. My family is worth $500 trillion. We own nearly every central bank in the world. We finance both sides of every war since Napoleon. We own your news, the media, your oil, and your government. You have probably never heard of me. This is why 2 Thessalonians, the wicked man is being revealed. This lesson right here alone, with all the countless other lessons, is revealing the man of sin, Esau Edom. Okay? How beautiful is that? You see? So Esau Edom is being revealed. The wicked Wroth child is being revealed. You see? All the world knows him as the Wroth child. We know him as Esau Edom. Even back, we know you before you were Esau Edom, when you were Cain. Okay? So let's go back. Numbers 20 and 14, it says, thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that has befallen us. So Esau knows what we're going through. How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and has brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border. Let us pass, I pray thee. So all they're asking is to pass through the Wroth child's land. right? Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy border. And Edom, the Wroth Child, said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. You see that? So all we are asking is to basically pass through his land as a shortcut. And what is Esau saying? What did the Wroth Child say to his brother? He's saying, no, unless I kill you. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. You see that? That's the spirit Esau comes against his brother Jacob. Okay? That is the spirit that Esau comes in. NIV. And they answered, You may not pass through. Then Edom came out against them with a large and powerful army. That is the spirit that Esau is in when it comes to his brother Jacob. You see, this is the spirit that he comes in. All right. He's very angry. He's very violent. Okay. And he wants to come in a manner of war. All right, and let's further prove that real quick with another account. Let's fast forward to another nation. Esau called themselves the Greeks at one point. All right, so let's get this really, really fast. Let me show you something. This is First Maccabees. Okay, this is the spirit that Esau comes in. He's a very wroth man. He went from a wroth child to a wroth man. This is First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed, according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath, which, mind you, the Sabbath is today. This is why now they claim it's every Friday and Saturday, which is not true, but this is what the Wroth Child has set up. For the king has sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. This is what Esau, Edom, all right, has done. And right, the water, brother, Wroth Child derives from red child. Exactly. Wroth, red, crime, crimson, right? So Esau, Edom, as literally, all right, Cain, he was wroth, killed his brother. As Esau, as the nation of Edom, he wanted to come out against us in war. Then, when he defeated the Japhetic people, he took over their nationality, called themselves the Greeks, and then came and invaded our land as calling themselves Greeks when really he's the Edomites, and destroyed our temple, took away our shewbread, our sacrifice, our altar, and then sacrificed swine's flesh on our altar. Is this not a wroth child? Is this not an evil man? Okay? This is completely wicked, man. Esau, Edom is going to be judged for his wroth, wicked acts that he's done to us, man. Okay, real quick. This is Ezekiel. This is the legacy of the Wroth Child. And when I read that, it reminds me of Cain's revenge, because when we read in Genesis, he was rejected at the altar. Then you fast forward a couple, centuries, however, how long, when he became the Greeks, and he restorms the altar again, all right? and then kills and sacrifices swine's flesh, basically putting his middle finger to the Most High, saying, F you. You rejected my sacrifice then, so now I'm going to give you a rejected sacrifice now. That's the spirit that Esau comes in, man. He said if he could, he'd be a virus. Damn, this dude is wicked, man. This is the Wroth Child and the legacy of the Wroth Child and Wroth children. This is Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and has greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. That was greatly offensive. Here it is. We're not to even touch swine, and he takes it and sacrifices it on our holy altar. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Yeah, Abel is going to get his revenge back, okay? Israel is going to get the revenge back on the Wroth Child, man. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger. Yeah, according to the Lord's anger. Or you want to be a Wroth Child? Well, the Lord is going to put a very hardcore wrath anger on us to judge you, okay? And according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. You see? So the Lord is going to raise up on this devil. But before the ultimate raising up, Esau Edom is going to he's going to be allowed to have one more act of wrothness against his brother. Okay, let's prove that. All right, Esau Edom is going to get one final blow of his wrothness against his brother. Therefore, Revelations 12:12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So the Wroth Child knows that he has but a short time, so he's going to come down in great wrothness and great wrath, all right, against his brother. You see? But he's going to be judged for his actions, what he has done to his brother. You see? Because Esau Edom was created as the vessel of dishonor. But this vessel of dishonor was also rejected. Now let's get this real quick. This is Romans 9 and Romans 9 and where do I want? This is Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I have compassion on whom I will have compassion. You see? Now let's jump down. 21. Has not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? So Esau was that vessel created of dishonor. This is why he is the Wroth Child, okay? And the Wroth Child is rejected. And with him being rejected, he's coming down with great wrath on those that are accepted, okay? This is the history of Esau Edom, all right? He's lived a life of anger, rebellion. He doesn't listen to simple laws and commandments, and then he gets mad and wants to take it out on his brother. This is Hebrews 12:16. It reads, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward he would have inherited the blessing. He was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. That is the legacy of Esau Edom, okay? Just like how they show you in movies, a continual mess up, a F up, that's Esau. He is a habitual messer upper, okay? He can't, he's a continual can't get right. That's what his legacy is. That's what he was created to be. But within that, he's very wroth, likes to walk with his head down and kick the dust. Hey, but you've been given chances. You've been given opportunities. This is Psalms 15:16. But unto the wicked the Most High says, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? I told you what to sacrifice, and you came with fruit. I told you what was supposed to be done, and you took away the altar and sacrificed swine flesh on it. You see? I told you what you needed to do, and you did the opposite. And here it is, you want to be mad and wroth at your brother Jacob? It says, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hateth instruction and cast my words behind thee? See? Did we not just read the accounts of him taking the words and casting it behind him? And then on top of him taking the words and casting them behind him, then he gets mad and takes his anger out on his little brother Jacob, who's just trying to serve the Lord. Last one, this is Jeremiah 49 and 16. This is Jeremiah 49 and 16. It says, thy terribleness has deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. So there you go. Okay? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I wanted to do a lesson pertaining to the Wroth Child, Esau, Edom, and ultimately, by his characteristics and his actions, he has condemned himself. Even though this was all written, all right, from the beginning, Esau has played his part to a T for the great destruction that is prophesied to come to him. So Esau, Edom, is not innocent. He is guilty, and his guilt and his judgment is coming for his nature of being a wroth child. So, I wanted to do a lesson on it. Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters were edified through the spirit as I was. And I just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Bahar, Rakak, Wadash. And with that being said, Shalom.